They say any day cruising is better than a day working. That might be true unless you are this couple. Well, I guess technically they're not cruising. I'm gonna show you the whole video. We're gonna talk about some ways to make sure you do not miss the cruise ship. Plus, I've got some updates on cruises impacted by Hurricane Hilary. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. And let's kick today's show off with some updates to yesterday's show. First and foremost, I wanted to make a correction during my exuberance for Paradise Beach Cozumel when explaining some of the extra activities they had there. I mentioned that they had hentai tattoos when I meant to say they had henna tattoos. Well, apparently there's a big difference between hentai and henna. And well, apparently hentai is naughty. And so thanks everybody who recognized that. And thanks for letting me know. I did make a correction in the video, so if you got to see the original version and had a good laugh, there you go, but I fixed it. And then secondly, the promo code for Paradise Beach Club is only valid through December the 22nd, 2023. I meant to say that, and then I realized I did not say that. There were some people that had challenges with an invalid code coming back as they tried to book Paradise Beach Cozumel. If you're still trying to make that booking and you're getting the invalid code error, please send us an email, tony@lalidoloca.com. That way we can contact Paradise Beach Cozumel and figure out what's going on. But yeah, there's a couple clarifications for that. And then to continue to update yesterday's show, we do have an update on the Carnival Celebration. We talked about how she was going to be delayed coming back into Port Miami, delayed because of a medical emergency, and it was uncertain at the time of the recording what time the new embarkation would be for guests coming to Miami. 4-hour delay. So they notified guests that the embarkation would occur 4 hours later than it was scheduled to. And so that cruise will go out today from Miami. I had a pretty interesting adventure yesterday. I took to the streets. I wanted to do some ship spotting. I wanted to see some cruise ships because it had been 52 days since I had seen a cruise ship like up close and personal. And well, I was successful. I'm currently making a video to share with you guys to show you some of my ship spotting. But here's a little bit of a tease. That's right, that is the Carnival Freedom. I'm still getting used to the straight stack opposed to the traditional whale tail. You may remember that the original whale tail for that ship caught on fire and they had to put this the replacement in place. It still looks weird to me. But okay, other updates from yesterday's show. We talked about how Hurricane Hilary over on the West Coast was potentially going to impact cruises. Well, those impacts have become more clear, starting with the Emerald Princess skipping their stop at Ensenada and bringing that cruise ship back to California a day early. They're allowing cruise passengers to stay on board until their original disembarkation time on the 21st. Another cruise impacted by Hurricane Hilary is the current sailing of the Carnival Panorama. They loaded up with passengers yesterday in the port of Long Beach, and well, they've essentially changed their whole itinerary. Originally, the Panorama was scheduled to leave the port of Long Beach, have 2 sea days, and then they were going to have 3 port stops in a row: Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, and Cabo San Lucas. And now the revised itinerary: 2 days at sea, stop in Puerto Vallarta, stop in Cabo San Lucas, and then they're dropping the Mazatlan stop all together. It's hurricane season, y'all. We're kind of getting to the middle of it. Remember, hurricane season is officially the Jason months: June, July, August, September, October, November. But it does seem like as the summer progresses, this is when more and more storms start to form. And of course, these ships are dealing with Hurricane Hilary over on the West Coast. Now we got to get back into this video of the late couple begging the captain not to leave them. But before we do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, if you want to stay on top of the cruise news, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. It doesn't cost anything. Subscribe button is just below the window. You click that, the notification bell, YouTube will send you a notification when new episodes come out. A big thank you in advance. All right, let's roll the full video.
Capitano! sto facendo... Ma cosa sta dicendo? Ce ne so. Ah, ho capito. Sono rimasti fuori. Sono rimasti fuori. Ma che vuol dire se volete potete?
Man, your heart kind of breaks for these people. The cruise ship is right there. Apparently the man is yelling, "Captain, please wait for us. You can do this. Captain, are you there?" Over and over, you can hear the distress in his voice, but to no avail. The gangway had already been taken up and the cruise ship is on its way out to sea. This is over there in the Mediterranean on the MSC Spendida, and there's some interesting reaction online to this couple's plight. There is a quote in the article that I read from a passenger that was on board saying that we left right on time. Like, it did not seem like they tried to find these people before they left. And then of course there's other people that are saying, well, yeah, of course they left right on time. That's what cruise ships are supposed to do. This is a scenario that I never want to be in. This is a scenario I never want you guys to be in. I've got 6 tips real quick. I'm gonna hit you rapid fire for ways not to miss the cruise ship. And then I have an important question about this story for you. Tip number 1, know what time you are expected to be back on the cruise ship. And then the second thing that's closely related to the first thing is make sure that you are synchronized to ship time. With all of our fancy technology now, our watches sometimes change to match local time, and local time doesn't always match ship time, but ship time is the time that the cruise ship follows. And so know what time the ship plans to leave and make sure that you are synchronized to the same time that the cruise ship is using. Number 3, book a ship excursion. If you want to go out and explore the port and you want some sort of peace of mind that you're going to not be left by the cruise ship, book an excursion through the cruise line. They guarantee that the ship will not leave you, or if by some extenuating circumstance that the ship does have to leave without you, they will make sure that you are transported to your next port of call or transported home, all at their expense. This is not always the same if you book a third-party excursion. There are some third parties that do have that same guarantee, but many times when you book a third-party excursion, you put yourself in a situation where it's completely up to you to make sure that you get back to the cruise ship on time. And look, I'm not anti third-party excursions. Many times they're less expensive than the cruise ship excursion, but you have to have an extra level of diligence when it comes to getting back to the ship on time if you are booking a third-party excursion. And my next tip ties into that diligence. Whenever you're planning your day, make sure you allow time for delays. If the cruise ship is going to leave the dock at 4 p.m., don't make your plans in a way where you hope to arrive back to the dock at 5 till 4. Another tip for you, don't try to cram in too much. I know for many of us, we go to these ports of call. It might be the only time that we go to the port of call, so we want to do as much stuff as possible. But again, we have to be mindful of our schedule. We have to be mindful of the ship's schedule. And then along those lines, cramming too much in can get you in trouble. Taking too much in can get you in trouble. Also, on any cruise adventure, make sure that you are watching your alcohol intake. Here's the question I want to throw at you. In my mind, people who return late to the cruise ship are late for 2 reasons. 1 is their fault, 2 is extenuating circumstances. What do you think the vast majority of it is? Do you think most of these cases where we see people running the pier, do you think it's because it's their fault, or do you think it's because of some other circumstance? Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. I sure hope you liked it. You can show that you liked it by hitting the like button. And unfortunately, if you do not hit the like button, I will be forced to punish you, and your punishment will be this. On your very next cruise, you're going to jump off at a cruise port. Something's going to go wrong with your watch and your phone, and you're going to be 1 hour off of ship time. And when you get back to the cruise port, you're just going to see the aft of the ship sailing away without you. You can avoid that, which you would want to avoid that by hitting the like button. This is Tony for La Lido Logan. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise News.